Hi, today's class is inspired by a mandala flow. So we're going to do a little bit of traditional mandala flow and then some creative flow as well. Mandala flow is basically a flow that goes in a circular pattern. So I love this style of practice because first of all, it's fun in my opinion. And second of all, it's just a great practice where you can kind of get lost and found all at the same time. So I do recommend that you have some basic knowledge of the yoga postures if you're going to practice this class. If you're a beginner, it might be really challenging just because throughout the practice you're turned in all different directions on your mat, and a lot of times you won't be looking at your screen to see what's going on. And you'll enjoy the practice a lot more if you kind of know where you're going in your body. Because I'm not going to give a lot of detailed instructions for the poses themselves. I'm just going to guide you through the practice and the transitions. So because you're going in a circular pattern and you're looking in all different directions, it's fun to get kind of lost in it and just to get into the flow. And it's a great way also to just connect a little more deeply with what's going on in your breath and your body. And again, that's the other thing that I love about it. So you can just judge for yourself if you like it or not, or what you love about it might be different for you. But to the best of your ability, just try to be present in whatever is happening. Like if you get confused or turned around, just pick up from wherever you're at. All right, so we're gonna start standing today. So come to the top of your mat. Find your strong mountain foundation. So go ahead and spread your toes wide and root down through your feet, engage through your legs, stand up tall through the crown of your head, take a roll of your shoulders away from your ears. And then I recommend just taking your hands to your heart before we begin, because we're gonna do just a little bit of breathing before we move. Close your eyes if you feel balanced on your feet. Otherwise, find a place to gaze at on the floor. Let's take a cleansing breath first. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Let it go through your mouth. Close your lips. Begin to inhale and exhale through your nose. You can obviously take it at your own comfortable pace. Whatever pace your breath is at, see if you can just gradually slow it down and steady it as you stand here and root down through your feet, grow up through your crown, and that balance. And while you stand here and connect more deeply to your breath, can you set an intention for your practice? Maybe something related to some of the things I talked about earlier, or something that you came to your mat for today. And just breathe in that intention. Set it firmly in your heart where your thumbs are touching. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, release your hands by your side, palms face out. Maybe open your eyes at this point. Inhale to tall mountain, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, come into a forward fold and hold. So at this point, obviously very early, our first pose of class, or technically our third, I guess, but you can bend your legs if you want, ragdoll, or you can work right into your forward fold, stretching your hamstrings, just whatever feels good to you. We'll hold it for another breath. After you've completed your exhale, lengthen your spine in monkey pose. So extend through the crown of your head, draw shoulders away from your ears, and then come back to forward fold. So if you're in ragdoll, maybe you experiment this time with forward fold. Plant your hands and step into a high plank pose. Stepping your feet back in line with your hips. We're not going to hold it just right away. Lower all the way down onto your belly. We're going to take a variation on Cobra pose. This is just going to be a part of our warm-up. So bring your feet to about mat distance apart and then press up to straight arms if that's accessible to you. Slight bend in your elbows though, you don't want to lock them out. And then from here you can just kind of start to sway your hips side to side. And then maybe take your gaze back toward each foot as you sway. So this is just your opportunity to kind of feel out what's going on in your body. Take some gentle stretches. Hopefully this feels semi-gentle. It feels like kind of a bit of a stretch for me right now in my hips. It's all just going to depend what you came to your mat with today. And then I like to take a couple of little neck rolls here. If your neck is healthy, you can just either rock side to side or take some half or full circles. Again, just whatever feels good for you to stretch out before we start moving at a bit of a quicker pace. High Cobra is too much for you. Always low Cobra is an option. All right, so take your feet back to hip distance apart so you can press back to a downward facing dog position. And then again, we'll take several breaths here, just stretching out. So this is your practice, whatever feels good in your first down dog. I like to pedal my feet and kind of, again, wiggle my hips side to side. Maybe give your head a little bit of a shake and a wobble. All right, so let's get moving into our Mandala flow. We're going to do a lot of variations, so it's again kind of inspired by traditional Mandala flow. And we're going to go through a little bit slower at first so we can continue to stretch our bodies, and then we'll start moving at a faster pace once we've gotten around our mat a couple times. So take your right leg high, stretch it up and back for three-legged dog, and then set your foot between your hands. Let's take a low lunge twist here. So keep your right hand on the mat, lift your left arm up. Take one full breath here. Exhale to release your hand down towards your mat. Now release your left knee down onto your mat and reach your arms up overhead. Take arrow mudra, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers up toward the sky, and then just take a little back bend here, stretching the front line of your body, and release. Tuck your toes and lift your knee, and then walk your hands around to the left. So we're going to come into standing straddle splits here, and again we're going to hold it. This is a good stretch for your inner thighs, for your hamstrings, and a nice release for your neck. So again, wobble out your head, whatever feels good here. You can even take your hands. I like to take my hands, interlace them at the base of my neck, add a little traction. It's one of my favorite stretches. Okay, and then walk your hands now to the back of your mat. So you're going in a circle. You're facing the back of your mat, low lunge on this side. Now, keep your right hand on the mat, lift your left arm up. Nice supported twisting lunge. Take an inhale. Take an exhale, release your hand, drop your knee down, reach both arms up overhead, arrow mudra again, little back bend. And release your hands to the earth. Step back, high plank pose. Lower down onto your mat, and then take a low cobra. Lift up. Keep the back of your neck long. We don't want to crank. Look straight up to the ceiling, okay? And then come down. Press up, high plank. You can come through tabletop if you prefer. And then press back to down dog. And then we're going to take it on the other side. So starting with your left leg, you're going to do we've already done all the postures, but we're starting on the left side this time. Three-legged dog, stretch it up and back. Step your foot between your hands. Keep your right hand on the floor and stretch your left arm up. Release your hand down towards your mat, drop your knee down. crescent moon. Stretch up and back. Release your hands to the earth. Lift your knee up. Walk around, standing straddle splits, and then this time we're going to take a halfway lift, lengthen your spine, and then maybe a little deeper now in your standing straddle splits as you release head down toward the earth. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, and we're back again. Keep your right hand on the floor, lift your left arm up. Release your left hand down, knee to the mat, reach your arms up, stretch back, hands to the earth, step back, lift your knee up, step back, high plank, lower down, low lift cobra, release, high plank, down dog. Okay, so we're gonna start adding on, changing it up, speeding it up as we move a little bit deeper into our practice. So starting on your right side, lift your right leg high. Place your foot between your hands, low lunge. This time just drop your knee down towards your mat, crescent moon. Release your hands to your mat. Standing split, so you're going to step onto your right foot, lift your left foot up, and then you're going to step back to a low lunge position and lift your arms right up off the mat for crescent lunge. Hold here for an inhale. Exhale, release your heel down and come into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bring your hands to your mat. Okay, this can be kind of a tricky transition the first time, but you're going to take your heel back up off the mat, right foot comes out at an angle, and you're going to reach your right hand back towards your left toe. So this is a good stretch for your glute, your hips, and your left side. Okay, and then bring your hand back to your mat, and then just walk your hands around so you're in side lunge on your right leg. Skandasana, hold it for one breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're just going to walk our hands all the way to the back of our mat, so you're low lunge back of your mat. Take it into high plank pose. Lower, this time chaturanga if you have chaturanga in your practice. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Okay, so now this is the same leg. So right leg is going to lift. So you get two chances here now that we know where we're going. Step your foot between your hands. Release your knee, crescent moon. Breathe in. And hands to your earth. To the earth, lift your knee. Step onto your right foot, standing splits. Big step back, low lunge, and lift your arms up. Crescent lunge. And we're going to take one breath in crescent lunge. Inhale. And then exhale. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And low lunge. Okay, here's that interesting movement here. Your right toes come out to an angle. Reach your right arm back toward your left toes. Stretch here. And then walk your hands around so you're in a side lunge on your right leg. So you're going to lift your left toes up. Okay, take one breath, Skandasana. And then you're just going to simply walk your hands back to the front of your mat so you're in a low lunge on your left leg. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then we're going to take those same poses, but we're going to start on the left leg now. So lift your left leg high. Step your foot between your hands. Right away, when your foot lands, release your back knee to the floor and come into crescent moon pose. Release your hands and you're going to step onto your left foot, standing splits. Step your right foot way back so you're back in low lunge, but keep your knee lifted so you can come right into crescent lunge. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. Okay, now your left toes come out to the left. You roll onto the right knife edge of your right foot. Reach your left arm back. Okay, enjoy the stretch here. First time on this side. And then rotate around so you're in a side lunge on your left leg. And once again, just enjoy the stretch on this side. Skandasana, hold it. And then walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're in a low lunge on your right leg. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. So same leg, left leg. So we can complete our full circle. Step through. Lower your back knee to the floor, crescent moon pose. Hands to the earth, standing splits. Step back, low lunge. Crescent lunge, lift your arms up off the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. Okay, take your left toes to an angle. Come onto the right edge of your foot. Sweep your arm back, look at your foot. Get that nice stretch. And then side lunge on your left leg. Rotate toward the front of your mat. So you're gonna come into low lunge on your right leg. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. All right, so hopefully now you know what I mean. A little bit, maybe you got a little bit lost that first time through. No worries, because we're gonna repeat that. But we're gonna pick up the pace so you can really kind of get into it now. Just kind of took that one a little more slowly. But we're gonna do essentially breath to movement. And along the way, I'll just be adding in some fun transitions. So just enjoy. Let's move first with our right leg. Right leg high. Low lunge. Crescent moon. Standing splits. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. Reach back. Side lunge, right leg. Now we're going to take side lunge, left leg. This is adding in that little transition. Side lunge, right leg. Low lunge, left leg to the back of your mat. High plank, low plank, up dog, down dog, same leg, three-legged dog, right leg, low lunge, crescent moon, standing splits, low lunge, crescent lunge, warrior two, reverse warrior, low lunge, right arm back, reach back, side lunge, right leg, with or without your hands on the mat. Side lunge, left leg. Side lunge, right leg. Low lunge, left leg to the front of your mat. High plank, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Second side, left leg, three-legged dog. Low lunge. Crescent moon. standing splits. Low lunge, crescent lunge. Warrior 2, reverse warrior. Low lunge, left arm back, dip your right hip down. Side lunge, left leg, hands at heart or on your mat. Side lunge, right leg. Side lunge, left leg. Low lunge, right leg to the back of your mat. High plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Same leg, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Low lunge. Crescent moon. Standing splits. Low lunge. High lunge, crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. Left hand back, right hip down. Side lunge, left leg. Side lunge, right leg. Side lunge, left leg. Low lunge to the front of your mat. High plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. We'll take one more round, mixing it up a little bit more, and then we'll take a break. One more breath here. Right leg high, 3-legged dog. Low lunge. Crescent moon. Standing splits. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Listen to the change. Airplane chair, so you're going to step left foot to right, reach your arms back, and then you're going to come back into lunge with your arms out at a 45-degree angle. Warrior 2, rotate open. Reverse warrior. Half moon pose. We're going to hold it on this side for 3 breaths. Last inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to come into horse pose. So wide squat, hands at heart. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, standing straddle splits. Come all the way down. Lengthen in a halfway lift, and then low lunge to the back of your mat. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Same leg, now 1 breath to 1 movement. Right leg high. Low lunge. Crescent moon. Standing splits. Low lunge. Crescent lunge. Airplane chair. Lunge, arms extended forward, rocket. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Half moon. Take an inhale. Prayer squat. 5-pointed star. Standing straddle splits. Halfway lift. Low lunge to the front of your mat. High plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Other side, left side, will hold On the left side first, left leg lifts, low lunge, crescent moon, standing splits, whew. Low lunge, crescent lunge. Here's your change on this side. Airplane chair, right foot meets left, reach your arms back. Okay, and then transitioning, right foot steps back, and then arms come out at 45-degree rocket arms. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Half moon pose, 3 breaths. Big inhale here. Prayer squat release. Five-pointed star. Standing straddle splits. Hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Low lunge to the back of your mat. High plank. Low plank. Up dog, down dog. All right, and we get to do it again, this time 1 breath, 1 movement. You know where we're going. Left leg high, 3-legged dog. Low lunge, crescent moon. Standing splits, howler monkey, step back, low lunge. Crescent lunge. Airplane chair, rocket arms, step your right foot back. Warrior 2, reverse warrior, half moon, prayer squat, 5-pointed star, standing straddle splits, halfway lift, low lunge to the front of your mat. High plank, low plank, upward dog, downward dog, child's pose or down dog for a little rest. If you're not already, return to downward facing dog. Take one more full breath here. Okay, I don't know if you're lost or you're found or some combo of the two. Both are awesome. But we're going to be doing a little bit of a new flow now. And some of the old flow. So you get to start over with figuring it out. That's what's fun about this practice. Okay, so lift your right leg up. Step your right foot through. This time we're gonna take a vertical twist. So you're just gonna circle your right arm up and over, your left arm out in front. Take 1 full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now for your inhale, you're gonna rotate warrior 2 with your right arm forward. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse warrior and half moon again. So we've already been here. Inhale. Exhale, grounded airplane, left hip down, left hand down. Inhale, revolved half moon, right arm up. And then exhale back to to vertical twist. So step your left foot back, lift your left arm up, and then you're gonna take revolved reverse warrior. So from here, take your right hand down, left arm back, and then rotate all the way down, low lunge. Okay, from our very first flow, you're gonna reach your right arm back. Right toes come out to an angle, hip dips down, back to low lunge, and then to your side lunge on your right leg. Okay, and we're gonna just rotate, just like our first flow, to a low lunge at the back. High plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. I can only put in so many postures on each side or I get confused. So let's see if we can remember this side. Right leg lifts, low lunge, step through, vertical twist. So left arm forward, right arm back. And then you're just gonna rotate as we flow, since we already held on the other side, to warrior two. Reverse warrior, half moon, breathe in, grounded airplane, breathe out, revolved half moon, breathe in. Okay, slow transition, vertical twist, breathe out. Revolved warrior, breathe in. Low lunge, breathe out. Right arm reaches back, side lunge. Low lunge to the back of your mat. High plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. All right, other side, left leg lifts. Low lunge, vertical twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Just hold here. Okay, you're gonna rotate, right arm up and around, warrior two. Hold here. Reverse your warrior, half moon. That was a big one. Breathe in, grounded airplane. Breathe out, right hand down, right hip down. Left arm up, revolved half moon. Okay, here's that tricky transition. Vertical twist, so your right foot steps back, right arm forward. All right, revolved warrior. Stretch back with a twist. Hands to the earth. Left arm reaches back toward your right toes. And then side lunge, left leg. Right back to low lunge at the back of your mat. High plank, low plank, up dog, down dog. Same leg, left leg lifts, breath to movement, low lunge. Vertical twist, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Half moon, exhale. Inhale. Grounded airplane, exhale. Revolved half moon, inhale. Vertical twist, exhale. Revolved warrior, reverse, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Left arm back, inhale. Side lunge, exhale. Low lunge, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Another breath here. Right leg, inhale. Low lunge, exhale. Inhale, staff pose. So you're going to step onto your right foot. Left foot is going to come through. Exhale, twist. Right hand, left knee, left hand out behind. Inhale, staff with an extended leg. Exhale, tree. Hold tree for 5 breaths. Back to staff with your leg in extension. Big step back to low lunge. Right hand back, left hip down. Side lunge, right leg. Low lunge, back of your mat. High plank, meet and down dog if you're getting tired of these chaturangas. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Same leg. Right leg lifts. Low lunge. Standing staff. Reach up. Twist. Right hand, left knee. Standing staff with leg in extension. Tree. 1 breath, inhale. Exhale. Standing staff. Low lunge. Right hand back. Side lunge. Low lunge to the front of your mat. Step back, high plank, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Take another breath here. So this is going to be our last circular flow, left side, both to the front and back of your mat. So enjoy. Left leg high, low lunge, standing staff. Twist, left hand, right knee, hold it. Return to standing staff with your leg in extension. Tree. 5 breaths. Standing staff, extend your leg. Low lunge. Left arm reaches back. Side lunge, left leg. Low lunge to the back of your mat. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Other side, left side, last time kicking a mosquito. Left leg high. Low lunge. Standing staff, breath to movement. Twist. Standing staff, leg in extension. Tree. 1, inhale. Exhale. Standing staff. Low lunge. Left arm reaches back. Side lunge, left leg. Low lunge to the front of your mat. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look toward your hands. Step, float to a seat. Come onto your back. You're going to take reclined pigeon pose to stretch out your hips. Bend your legs, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Lift your left foot up off the floor, hands around thigh or shin. 5 breaths. Release. Take your right foot to the floor and cross your left ankle over your right knee. Lift your right foot up off the floor and hold reclined pigeon on the other side for 5 breaths. Place your right foot on the floor and cross your legs. Hug both knees to your chest for Apanasana. Separate your knees and your feet for happy baby pose. Place your feet on the floor with your legs bent, knees up. Release your knees to the right, look to the left. If you want to deepen your twist, you can take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Switch sides, release your knees to the left, gaze to the right, and set your left ankle on top of your right knee if that feels good. Not necessary. Back to center, one last little squeeze. And release. Shavasana. Extend your legs long. Arms down by your side. Take up space if you have it. Breathe in through your nose, hold it. Let it go through your mouth. Return to the natural rhythm of your breath. Come back to your intention for your class. Be in this present moment, knowing that there is nothing expected of you or your body. Just rest and release. I'm going to leave you to rest in your Shavasana. If you have more time, please take it. If not, enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.